everyone, and welcome to yet another, well, kind of Fire Emblem Heroes live stream. We're doing a special live stream, a podcast of sorts for you guys, and we're here joined today with Chaz, Leafy, Naira, and maybe more possible people, special guests joining. But anyway, ooh, we also have Marbles. Hey Marbles, how you doing? As well, I guess. So, anyway, let us know if you guys can hear us. I'm gonna get some lovely music up for you guys in the background, so let me know if that is fine as well, and we'll get started.
It's Naira. It's not Naira. Naira. It's okay. I don't give a shit anymore.
During this stream for everybody?
Okay, let me do some settings for me so I can hear both of you guys, music and you.
Yes, thank you guys for joining the stream.
Yeah, do let me know if everything's okay on your guys' side, if you can hear everyone and the music. Oh, you don't have to worry about the music, but can you hear us all?
Hopefully. Test, 1, 2, 3.
Oh,
cool.
Did you start already?
Us guys are
Yeah, we're
great.
starting now.
Yeah.
Wesley's asking how we're doing.
Oh.
I think
I'm doing really
okay.
good, Riss.
A little too good, you know what I mean?
Oh, sick.
Okay.
He put
It
his
sounds
family
like
to
everyone
bed.
is hearing it completely okay, so let's get started. Of course, I am going to be having TT in the background. I'm going to be auto-battling it, using currently Joshua, a lovely Clive, Maribel, and Black Knight do. So let's hopefully they can actually do it. Sometimes they might, sometimes they do, so we'll see. But anyway, so are you guys ready? For sure? Marbles.
Yeah, titties in the background.
I'm here.
That's what I heard.
Okay, so the first question, what do you guys think will be CYL? Is it going to be on the 21st? Is it going to be on the 7th? I know this has been a really big debate on when COL is going to happen, COL 2 anyway, and personally, there's some weird things lining up with Marth. I noticed that, and a lot of people did point this out, is that Marth is in the CYL2 winners picture on the main website. So, with everything lining up to have Marth as the probably legendary hero and in the code, could we have CYL on the 21st or the 7th? And it could not be anything to do with CYL2. It could be I forgot what the game's, Shadow Dragon banner. I was trying to say Altania, but, yeah, I just already mispronounced the name, but, yeah, it could be a Shadow Dragon banner with Legendary Marth. So, what do you guys think on CYL?
I think that, wouldn't they have just one character for CIYL? Wouldn't it just be one? Or no, choose your legends.
Well,
Yeah.
More like last time.
We don't know what banner is going to be CYL2, because there's 2 potential banners in the calendar that could be CYL2, and one of them is during a legendary banner. And what Link King and I were talking about was, we think that the next legendary is going to be Marth, to like make up for the fact, oh, he got tons of votes, but his ballot was split between like 4 different games, so everyone knows that he should have gotten it. So maybe to compensate, they'll put him as a legendary during CYL2.
That'd be nice.
Yeah, that would totally make sense.
Because, actually, I could very well see CYL being later than the 7th. I could see that also happening. So it's really hard to say, personally.
I just think that, like, my very, very personal opinion about talking about when banners are going to happen is that, like, they're just going to happen when they're going to happen, and talking about them won't make them come sooner. So it's like, they gave us a calendar, and, like, if it's on the calendar, great, but, like, I don't know. Like it just.
But you're no fun.
I know I am no fun. I'm just gonna preface this, like, also for later when we talk about more predictions later. I'm gonna be like, I was not a good participant to come for this because I just predictions are just seem so futile. Like, nothing we predict will like IS's mind. And you get brownie points for getting it right, but like, who really gives a shit, you know?
Okay, so just to let everyone know, the linking is going to be hopping in very shortly.
Oh, awesome.
Oh, okay. Nice.
Oh, thank you
So
for the
Tom
follow.
the Diddler says, I am suffering with the big...
Thanks for following, Tom. Thank you, my dude. Hey,
And
linking.
Hey, Link.
We're talking
What's
about
going
CYL2. Lend us your
Where's
wisdom.
Zelda? Did you let her get captured again?
I'm so sorry I'm late, guys. I got totally sidetracked and forgot.
Ha! Let's roast the Link King alive.
Now, who's
Try.
It's funny.
I'm sorry, that's like the one thing I kind of read in the lore is that he roasted a cigarette apparently.
Did.
Spoilers. Rip.
No, like
Anyway.
roasted as in like he shamed him publicly, like talked shit about him.
Yes. Metaphorically. Physically.
Because I was looking up like, oh man, this Ira chick, she's so cool. Like I wonder what her backstory is. Oh, okay. She just goes missing and stuff. But why it's so inconclusive?
It is very inconclusive with who lives and who dies. It's best just not to think about it. I usually just say they all died, and that's it, you know.
Or you can wait for the
Yeah.
remakes. They could probably
I
change
hope
in the
not.
remakes. They could, but for a lot of the fans, they probably wouldn't like that. So who knows?
Yeah, it's just easier just to think they all died at Barhara, and that's it, you know.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
Anything
You
else
were
you guys want to talk
calling
about?
out Mira.
I feel like Link should have a moment to talk about CYL predictions, or a moment to plug his video with Jazz.
Oh, see, Chaz and I did a new episode of my Orb Board series where Chaz tested out his new mic for the first time, which was pretty cool, and we had a nice 27 minute discussion on the upcoming schedule and stuff, and I guess Nira wants me to talk about CYL2, which we also spoke about in the video, but I just really want Hector, and I have 2,500 orbs for him, so please give me Infantry Hector. Please, IS. Please.
You're getting
How
armor,
about-
you're gonna like it.
Okay.
50
Hey.
bucks says armored unit, axe, distant counter, another form of arm ads, and people are just gonna eat that shit up. And I'm be like, yeah, that's
You
cool.
know what?
Gonna have
Can
a
we
whole
just
banner,
have him like
a distant counter banner that's just all Hector.
That would
No,
be
like-
interesting to see.
I'd
I want
roll
him.
the fuck out of that though.
I want him to be an armored mage. And here's the twist. His magic summons an axe. So he's a range unit, but then his A slot is close counter.
What about like Archer Hector that just like throws armads from afar?
No, he shoots them from his bow, which has wrath built in.
What about maybe he throws Roy's for like dating Melina?
Oh, that would be that would. Okay,
That
I
would
can
be
see
great.
that.
I'd love to see artist people do that.
This is what you get.
What about a healer Hector? That would be interesting.
Oh boy. Oh, the talk of. Ooh, I don't know how many people would actually like having an armor healer. I mean, there's some pros and cons to it. A lot of people would hate it if it was a legendary banner, just because of points.
I would hate it.
Like,
No, wait, let me heal you up. Let me just get to you first.
I mean, let's
You're nearly
think
dead,
about.
but I'm already there.
Let's think about it this way: Razzle Dazzle on every arena team. Do you really want that? on every arena team.
It wouldn't come to that because no one would use a healer for arena. Like they use it for, defense. But the biggest scoring defense team I've ever seen with a healer has been like 34. I want to say is the highest. It would never be in like tier 21.
I've seen higher.
Even
I've
if it
seen
was
way higher.
With who?
Bruh, I saw an Elise that was like ranked with like a damn 750. Like, you do not escape horses, my dude. Like, legendary character broke the shit out of the game, my boy. Also, he'd be an armored healer. They could give him like a special weapon. It's just arm adds again, but it's a staff and it's built-in armor march, so he always.
How about it's called R mids?
Delete this.
That's great. That's great, dude. Oh god.
Plus, don't you want to see a healer with Bold Fighter?
No.
I don't know if that would work unless
I
they
mean,
had...
healers with better specials, then it would be scary, I suppose.
Yeah, that's
They
what I was
have
gonna say.
better
Are they
miracle.
gonna get better specials? That's the real thing. I mean, they have.
Lethality is going to come in as a healer.
Miracle.
And a special.
That's it.
Bold Fighter Miracle actually sounds kind of lit. I'm just saying.
I would rather have Vengeful Fighter Miracle though, but
Well,
Well,
fighters
Not
better
exactly,
player.
because it'll be like,
Don't worry, he'll get one of them built into his weapon, so you don't have to pick. You can just have both.
that too. I'm waiting for the new Armads that's going to be on CYL Hector. It's just going to have Bold Fighter in it. I know it's going to have Bold Fighter. I'm pretty sure it's going to.
It's a possibility. I mean, CYL last time pretty much ended up becoming the meta when it first came out, so if they do something like that, or something even more unique, or something more broken, that could very well happen.
And also, probably don't roll on the CYL banner, because the CYL units will be on every single other banner that comes out afterwards.
I don't think the CYL units are really going to shake up the meta that much unless they change arena scoring. Like, I feel like the armor BST is pretty cemented as the highest.
Yeah,
like that's just how the scoring works. Like
The armor BST is BS.
hmm I feel like they do, okay, so one of the few things I would like IS to do, just going to further ahead into the questionnaire, is they need to change the arena scoring. Like, some units I feel like should get more points than others, depending upon, horses should get a bit more points because of horses, something like that, but I doubt that would ever happen. Just pretty much in general, just change the scoring system so that it's better fitted for every unit than just dragons and high BST units. Just high BST units in general.
I feel like, because the arena scoring thing, a lot of people invest in units specifically for the way the scoring system is set up, right? So wouldn't really be too fair on those people. So what I'm thinking is maybe they just have a separate mode where scoring is just completely different, and then the people who invested in the meta, the high BST and all that stuff, they can still dominate. Their investment, their money and stuff is not a waste now. But then for other players who want to just have fun with some of the units that want to use random units, yeah, it doesn't have to always.
You can throw this retarded meta out the door and let people build whatever they want. So those people who are like, oh, I've built these crappy units I don't like for the meta, but hey, look, now I get to use units I actually give a fuck about.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean.
I
That
feel like
can
the
be
people who are-
arena.
It doesn't need to be a separate mode. That just needs to be the standard.
the issue is that the people who spend a
Why?
lot of money in the game, with the people who IS cares about, are spending money to get high merges on high BST armor units so that they can be tier 20 and beat top 1000 tier 20.
I mean,
And so if IS changes that scoring, then people are going to be fairly mad. Also,
Yeah.
I don't know,
that-
I don't think it'd be against
pretty much.
Japan has very strict laws about gacha and like what you can sell and whether you can change things. So like you can't change, like you can't balance units once they've been released. Whereas I know like for Korean gachas, they balance unit stats and stuff like that because they don't have laws against it. But in Japan they do, and I feel like it would be like very, like people would be annoyed that like they paid for a certain unit that performed a certain way in a certain game mode when they spent money to buy orbs to pull high BST armors, and that they would just be very annoyed. And I don't think that would be a good financial decision from IS to change to really piss off a huge number of whales in that way.
Yeah, thank you. That's kind of what I was alluring to. Yeah.
Yeah. And the other thing is that these games make the most,
but...
like most of their profit comes from a very small amount of the player population. Like they don't make a lot of money on a bunch of people buying $5 monthly orb packs. They make a lot of money from people who are spending thousands of dollars every month to get the newest shiniest
Thousands
thing.
on Micaiah plus 10. The summer. Starring
So I don't
Jackson.
think they'll significantly change.
I don't think that they should significantly change it either, because the way Arena is set up is it has a very dedicated player base that is evolving and adapting with however Arena evolves and adapts, and they're very set in their ways and their mindset. And maybe that's okay. I mean, maybe it's not for everyone. Just like, you know, Grand Conquest isn't for everyone. Tap Battle isn't for everyone. A lot of people dislike one or the other. Tempest Trials isn't for everyone either. And so I think what they can do is, aside from Arena and Arena Assault, maybe introduce sort of some kind of separate mode that it has that PvP quote unquote sort of direction,
If we do
but
that,
is
we
totally
people and your
composed
friends.
differently.
Can I just say that the solution to all this problem is basically going to be a map maker mode that would just solve everything. Build your own Grand Hero battles, exchange challenge codes with your friends, just like the secret bases in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire.
See, that sounds kind of godlike, but I know that's never gonna happen.
Aw,
Although
come
I'd
on.
love to
It
have it.
could. Yeah, that would be so good.
don't
About
know.
as plausible as instant replays and actual PvP.
Yeah,
It's-
like
Yes,
Something
real-time
The
PvP,
thing is,
please.
because of the questionnaire they did some time ago, it could happen. If people really wanted to suggest that, it could happen in the future.
I wanna step on a teleportation pad and teleport to a Team Magma dude.
Although I think a lot of
Not
people are just
really.
simply too scared for real PvP. Like everybody has their own hang-ups about like why it would work, even though it clearly
The-
would.
Why do you
I
think it would work?
guess-
Like the person who initiates will probably lose. Like
Wrong.
depending on what
Because
it
the
is.
person
Depending
who
upon the map.
initiates
Depending
might
upon
be
the
a-
map.
might be a Fire Emblem team with like Quad Gale Force, and they smite one of your niggas all the way over to the other side. And
This
then
is
wipe your
this is
entire
why you
team.
bring an archer then. That's all.
Fog of
Archer.
War, guys. 3 words, Fog
Real
of War.
PvP, so 2 people in a boxing match with phones tied to their gauntlets.
You're thinking ahead on here. You're thinking ahead.
That's real PvP.
Just pretend it's a bow and arrow. Just throw the phone with being the arrow.
And make sure it's a Samsung Galaxy Note 7 so it explodes.
Well, that would be the
I'm so
edge.
sad
I do technically have an S7, so you're almost correct into that future line. So I could very well
don't
do
put
that.
it in your pocket, man. Don't put it in your
It's not
pocket.
an edge.
That's what
It's not an edge.
that's
So
what
this
I'm gonna
one
say.
doesn't explode. This one does not explode. I can guarantee that.
You don't know until it does, man.
I mean,
Just
I
don't
could
put
try
it
to make it
next to your family
explode,
jewels.
but I don't think everyone in my family would like to enjoy that. You know. So.
Yeah, don't put it in the pocket. Yeah.
Anyway, phone jokes and the whole explosions aside, let's get into the next thing, because we already talked about a lot of stuff already. So collaborations. So I know this is a weird, like, whenever anyone talks about collaborations, a lot of people don't necessarily like it because it's Fire Emblem Heroes, but they could do a lot of things without actually adding in characters from other games, like costumes, for instance, since we have seasonal units. There's a lot of things they can do for collaborations. They don't have to just move units from a different game into Fire Emblem Heroes. There's things they can do. What do you guys think about collaborations, and if they do, what would you think would be added in? If so.
I'd rather just have the characters.
Yeah. I
Let's
don't want
have some-
collabs.
I mean, the problem is people don't want that because it's based off of Fire Emblem Heroes for Fire Emblem characters, but to be perfectly honest, there's games like, I'm just saying, SAO MD, that even though it's based off the SAOD franchise, they're still getting collaborations with other games and other characters getting into that game, so I don't think that should really be the case for Fire Emblem Heroes. I think it's really possible, and it could be something in the future that will happen that will blow our socks off. It could happen.
But there's so many units in the Fire Emblem like canon that like they could make units just from Fire Emblem games, like 4 new units every banner till the cows come home, and they'd still have more because there's just so many, and like,
and including new games that come into the future. So yeah, I do agree with that.
Let's just have hats. How about that? Like a Mario hat and a Link hat.
Yes.
Like a bunny
yes,
hat.
a Link
for
hat.
whatever
Totally.
reason.
I
Oh,
agree with
crap,
that.
we have a bunny hat already.
I like that.
And a Colonel Sanders hat. So I love KFC. Video's totally not sponsored by KFC. But for every bar tray you roll,
Oh,
you can
Burger
get a
King.
KFC lunchbox.
Burger King hat for Black Knight.
Oh
That'd be
yeah,
kinda
yeah,
lit.
yeah, definitely.
I feel like that idea.
Give us a
is
Black Knight helmet so we can put it on Zelgius.
Yeah, but hats. I would say hats.
I like hats.
No, I wouldn't be opposed for us to get crossover stuff if
Oh,
it
no, wait.
substitutes in the seasonal slot instead of
yeah.
the new hero slot, but I would rather just have new heroes. We have so many Fire Emblem
The biggest problem
characters.
I have with this game right now is they release so few of like actual new units. It's just shitty seasonal after shitty seasonal. And it's like, come
And
on, man.
alts.
Give me my godlike couples. Where's my Pent and Louise set?
I do
Like,
agree
where's
with
my
that.
damn-
I do agree with that.
And it's like, I would be really fine with crossovers if we could just get more of our actual units.
Actually, like have a
maybe have
banner
it
for each and every
Way
game.
less.
Because
Oh,
I don't.
yeah, for
Yeah, we haven't had, of course, this Fire Emblem 6 and Fire Emblem. I don't remember which one. It's based off. I think it's either 1 or 3. Make a 3. Pretty much just Marth banner, pretty much. So I don't. I would say I feel like we should get at least each and every game. Let's pretty much have a banner for each and every game before we even get to the whole collaboration deal. I would say personally.
Yeah,
And
Fire Emblem
although it
6
may-
hasn't had a banner yet, so
They really haven't. But yeah, as far as
Yeah, it hasn't either.
the units go, it's like I know it's gonna make the gacha a little bit hellish on initial release, but we need to release more units at a time. I want those crazy 6-man banners back where like 3 people drop, and it's like, you know, I'm a little more forgetting I'm more forgetting units in faster rather than worrying about whether or not they're going to be 5-star locked.
I to be honest, I think that was like the one thing I liked about the beginning of the game is the amount of characters we got. But the only problem people say is the difficulty in getting those units. And to be perfectly honest, would you rather have your favorite unit finally be in the game, or would you rather have it that it takes forever, but it's a lot easier to get that unit? So, patience, I
Also,
guess, I would say.
It's actually
Alternative solution is to do what they did with the Echoes banners, and that was just split them, where you had Alm's army, you had Silica's army, and they did it twice actually, and those banners were pretty great. And they
But those
like,
were also promotional banners. Like they could do, you know, Binding Blade banner, but like that's not going to get people to go out and buy Binding Blade. Whereas for Heroes, like there was an actual new game that people could go and look at for that.
yeah, we'll get that next year with the release of
For-
3 Houses or
Yeah,
whatever.
for sure. But I don't think they're going to retroactively like do huge amounts of banners for older games. Like,
Even if you only did like one at a time, I'd still prefer something like that or something similar. It doesn't have to be exactly like that. But
I feel
not
like-
this new stuff where it's like, here's 2 new units and an alt. Like, that's just depressing. Especially when there's
feel
still
like-
like hundreds
Yeah.
of characters missing.
The
That-
biggest
that would-
issue on. Okay, you go ahead.
Oh, I just wish they would just stop releasing alts. We have so many
Yes.
characters
Yeah,
that
that's
still need to be
true.
put in.
I feel like the whole like emblem teams for characters, I feel like IS is literally going for that. And it's a bit annoying, but I don't know. I personally don't like.
Going for
just-
that. They're
I
just
just
because
have-
there's so many. There's how many? There's 5 Lins
Yeah, there's.
in a quarter.
Was it like 6 or 8 Robins at the moment? But that's because there's like 2
6
versions.
Robins,
Oh, 6
yeah.
Robins.
And
I
there's
just
like
have two
5
issues.
Lucinas.
2 issues with this.
Yeah, there's
is,
5 Lucinas now.
like we're getting all these units, but we don't have enough modes to use them in.
I
No.
see what you mean there. I
That's-
see.
My first problem is that, and the second problem is this is not exact figures, of course, but we have like what 10 units in the 3-star pool and like 20 units in the 4-star pool, and we have like 100 units in the 5-star only pool, which is complete nonsense in my opinion.
Well,
And I know they get demoted into like 4-star and 3-star, but that takes like a year because they don't want the people who spend money to get the 5-star locks to feel too bad. So it's kind of not too great.
I could see them doing it again very shortly, but I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. Like, I feel like if it's going to happen again, it might either be at the very end of this year or the beginning of next year. I feel like that's probably what they would do it again, if they do it again. Which I feel like they're also trying to make certain units valuable, like Leo, Hector, Gray, pretty much any of the 5.
Leo valuable.
Like that's my own. That's my only prediction why they're still 5-star. Like they have use, but they're also quote unquote valuable. They're rare. So if you get them, you're lucky, even though you're really not, because some units like Gray and like
I
that's
mean,
not
the
really needed.
5-star rarity wasn't initially supposed to like when the game launched. 5-star rarity didn't signify like their kits were totally busted, but that like they something about like their lore was
Or they're popular.
like popularity, and or also like their lords in their game, or they're like important people. And like I don't think Leo being 5-star locked represents him being a really busted unit that they want to have him be rare and like valuable, but just that like he's a lord in his game. Like
What
He's
about
popular.
Marth? He got shafted.
yeah, there
Sure.
obviously were units that got
Why
demoted,
Mark
but
get
it feels
shafted?
kind of bad. Well, he got demoted, and that feels
Can we
bad.
not talk about
Got
Leo?
demoted, yeah.
I'm super sad. I have a plus attack minus speed Leo that I've poured.
Wait, that's
heaps
great
of
IVs.
resource-
What?
Yeah, but I poured all my resources in. I gave him distant defense, and I gave him like a whole bunch of expensive stuff, and he still sucks.
Yeah.
Why would you give? Okay.
You know what? I would say how to solve that issue: more alts. I'm just kidding, but that could help some units. But no, I don't know. I don't know how you guys would feel like about that. Just add more alts for some of those characters. Make them to put the old versions in the 4-star and 3-star, then have the new versions, the alts at 5 stars exclusive. That is actually
I feel like
that actually kind of happened if you think about it because of Crom.
Yeah, I need another Lucina.
What I would like to see is for us to have sort of a second pool of units with a new injection of base 3 stars, base 4 stars, and 5-star units. Like, have a split pool. Because I think our current pool is getting extremely cluttered with units at the moment. It's very hard to pull a specific subset. And there's so many units in Fire Emblem that they can totally afford to, throw in like 25 or 30 new 3 stars and another 24 stars, and then
Oh, hey,
whatever
Gast.
few more 5 stars.
What's up?
Hey, Gas is here. What's up, man?
How you doing?
I like
Good.
the idea, but at the same time, it's like separating the pools just feels kind of shitty to me. What I'd like them to do is they had a good idea with the 4-star focus thing, where it was
Were
like
they a good idea?
Oh, I
Like,
actually liked them.
Think
I
about it.
actually liked
Sure.
them.
it's like
I mean, I like the 4-star.
they
and
didn't have to be
5-star.
5 stars, but it was like if I think it would have been better if they didn't make them 5-star, where it was just like here's a unit, here's a banner where it's like you have double the chance to pull these 3-star, 4-star units, and then they just kind of left it at that. And it was like,
I
if
mean-
you threw in a random 5-star,
Yeah,
then
like,
cool,
I-
but that's not what you're shooting for anyway.
the
So-
problem for
But like,
me
why
is
would you
that,
shoot
and
for a 4-star unit? Like that's
The
Exactly.
thing is it's good for
It's two
merges. It's
reasons.
good for free to play and merges. Personally, that's why I liked about the 4-star and 5-star banners for both
Yeah.
4-star and 5-star. So that's my personal
There's
take on it.
that.
I think you're
Yeah,
not
I
using
I like
their
that, and I like that it gives focus on characters that maybe you just like those characters. Plus, there's a whole thing about you can see people go weeks, months, or forever without pulling something like, say, Hinata, and it's like they either want the Fury Father or they just really like Hinata, and it's like that's a really good way to throw in something extra for those people, and it's like there's that,
Those
and then
banners
there's
are there
another.
for that. That's like
I just want to talk about it because what happened to
like
it?
5-star banners, and it's like you can easily just not get those characters anyway, just like you normally wouldn't, because they're 5 stars, and that's like a 3% rate, and 3% is not a lot, by the way. That said, I'd love to see something. We were talking about the 5-star rate change earlier. Like all of the launch units, every single one of them, they should be like 4-star exclusive. They don't have to be 4-star, 3-star. They don't even have to be 4-star, 5-star. They can just be 4-star only, and this would like clear up some of the pool, because you have these units that you can, and all of the 3-star, 4-star units, they should all be 3-star, and this will clean up the pool a little bit, so you like kind of know what you're getting into when you pull a 3-star, you pull a 4-star, and this way they can pull down some of those 5-star units, all of the older ones, and all of the launch 5-star units, and put them in a pool that isn't separate, but it's like you see where I'm getting at. There's like, they kind of clean up the tiers a little bit. Like, what's the point of me pulling a 4-star Hinata if I can also pull a 3-star Hinata? Other than 2,000 feathers to rate him up and then pull him off for 3-3. Like, that makes no sense to me.
Okay, so I know Dire Thunder's not in the chat, but he said, and pretty much not in our chat, but in the stream chat, he says 4 to 5-star banners were objectively good. The 4-star focus rate made them the best banners in the game for getting merge copies, which I think we already said before, and I do like it for that. That's how I got my claim to +10. So I do like them for just that alone. And then you said, of course, adding a new different focus to the units, like make them like 4-star exclusive, so it could alleviate some of that as well, and you possibly could get more of those units like Leo, of course.
why do you guys want Leo? I have him. He's bad.
Hey,
Just more QR3 fodder.
pretty much.
That, and it's
Man,
like maybe
it's the
people like the
truth.
character. Like, if you look at the way the game is now, it's like, okay, yeah, these people, it's like they either don't deserve to stay in 5 stars because they're kind of garbo, or they have no fodder, period, like, or something like that, or it's just like, you know, after a certain amount of time, the 5-star pool is actually bigger than the 4 and 3-star pool. And it's like, that can't really be good for you guys, right?
You know what a alternative solution might be, and Chaz is going to absolutely hate me for this, but when are we going to see the beginning of the 6 stars?
Oh,
Stop.
oh yes. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yes,
I don't know.
agree.
I don't.
6-star gas, baby.
It's an interesting topic because I don't know if they will.
Bro. Tier 25 arena, 6-star heroes +10. Heroes 2020, baby.
6 stars
Heroes-
pretty much
Heroes-
give
Heroes
+10
20XX.
stats to everything.
Heroes 20XX.
Actually,
Tier
I think I know
25.
what they'll do. is you have to have a 5-star plus 10 of a unit that you want to 6-star them, and when you 6-star them, it's basically the equivalent of 5-star plus 11, except instead of plus 2 to like 2 random stats, it'll be like plus 10 to HP and then plus 5 to everything else, and boom, there's your 6-star.
No, you know what?
That would not be a plus 11.
That's not painful enough. Like the thing, you know how if you have a 4-star plus 10, and you try to like promote them to 5-star, that basically just means all your plus 10 stuff just makes the promotion a little bit cheaper. That's what's gonna happen with the 5-star to 6-star promotion.
What the fuck are you talking about?
You're gonna have to roll 10 more copies of that unit to merge into the.
The only 6-star units I
The
would
feather
be
cost would
okay
be 200k.
Yeah.
That.
I'm
I
ready
don't
for that.
know if people will
Thing
do it.
ever.
Oh.
Let's do it. 200k feathers. That's no problem.
I'd be okay with Oscar Trio 6-star and nobody else. I think that'd be
Oh,
cool.
yeah, for them to be the first
Yeah, actually,
6
I
stars,
can get
yes.
behind that.
Sharina, please. We need Sharina 6-star. She's so cute. She's my.
Anna
Super
definitely
fun
needs a
vampire.
more. I'm sorry, but
Anna
Anna's.
needs alts. How does Anna not have alts? I like don't understand. Like Sharona and Alphonse got alts, but Anna didn't. She has like, she's, I don't know.
There's so many different kinds
She's
of
like
Annas they
one of
can
the
do.
only ones who actually has alts in the true Fire
it's
Emblem
like
game
canon.
season. Almost every single one of them.
Mm-hmm.
So silly.
Okay.
Anyways,
I guess if you guys don't have anything else to talk about with the what we were just talking about, I'm gonna continue to my
6 stars.
third question. What do you guys personally feel about the new arena changes that we just got this Tuesday? My
It's
personal
shit.
thought, I mean, it's good because you don't like. I don't feel like everyone's gonna go for it. That means it's optional. Though the points do make a difference if you try to go for those higher echelons. If you don't really care about arena, then you don't really have to do it. You could probably still get a high
I mean, if you
tier
don't
arena.
care about arena, I don't really. Sorry. Like, I feel like your preface. Okay, never mind. Sorry, I'll shut up. Never mind.
Go.
Just keep going.
But
Hold on, I have a question. Is this your round table?
it doesn't really matter. Like, I just have questions so we can continue on this stream so that no one stops talking. Just
You're
silent.
streaming right now?
Yes. Yes.
I did not know that. I think I just sounded very obnoxious. I'm sorry.
I mean,
Oh.
we just, it doesn't really matter. Like, just talk. Talk your mind out, okay?
No, I think it's good. Like, I don't
You're
think
gonna say
Gast
Sharina?
would say anything inappropriate.
I mean,
If
if
you
something
didn't
were to
know.
go very bad during the stream won't be up then. But so far, nothing has happened yet, so we're
Yeah,
okay.
so far
tempting,
I haven't seen anything crazy.
Okay.
Don't
I
think.
just
I'm
hopped
with
in because
you.
I saw a call.
Yeah,
Well, you're certainly
so
welcome to be here. I think.
Is really nice now. I like it. I really had a fun time when I played it yesterday. The same feeling you get when you're like trying to baby a unit for kills, like in mainline Fire Emblems. You know, my favorite parts is like, you know, going out of your way, diverting your short-term game of like completing the map just so one unit gets the kill that needs to get the kill, and hasn't really done that with any other mechanics, and now it's kind of come to fruition. And I had a fantastic time with my singular run, and I don't think I'm going to get tier 21, but
Oh.
it's all
yeah.
about it's all about the friends you make along the way.
Mhm. I feel like
But you killed them. How do you make them? How do
I
you
feel
make
like
friends if you kill them?
Rival Domains does it better if you want to make friends. Just to be perfectly honest, Rival Domains and Rival
That was a joke. That was
I don't think you mean that literally.
No, you mean
I-
But if we're talking
Rival
legit
Domains.
here,
I spent
Rival
70
Bromains
crests
is where you make the
between today and
bros.
yesterday. 70 arena crests
What?
to get a certain specific arena run, which is currently actually done uploading. I don't know
I
if
was
the
gonna
video
have
is going to be up
some
today.
quality editing for.
I used like 3 and I thought that was heaps.
Yeah, 70 arena crests. And
Leave.
I don't know. I'm okay with the changes for these 2 weeks because Arvis is bonus. Otherwise, I don't know if I really care too much about Arena, but I think it could be interesting. I think it could be interesting.
I think for lower tiers, you can climb on the basis of merge, like just like the traditional Arena scoring system, and you don't actually have to secure kills with the bonus unit to progress in the ranks. It just makes a difference for competitive tier 20 and 21, where
it gives lower people without the stupid high BST dual rally Aether teams a chance to a fighting chance to move up, because I mean I didn't secure however many bonus kills are the max bonus kills. I probably got, you know, half of my kills were bonus kills, but I saw someone who was running way lower BST units get pretty close to my score with a max kill count.
You know what? I just gotta say that I forgot about the arena changes, but Dancer Micaiah is so strong. Now shower me with your enviness.
Micaiah's boring.
Oh,
hot take for me.
I don't envy any red. What is she? A red tome unit? A red tome dancer?
Yeah.
You know what? I think my red.
Attack.
I got enough red units. I'm good.
But she's 63 attack and she's a dancer.
Oh wow, that's actually pretty sick. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Do you think
I mean,
American
it is
Death
kind of
or
cute.
what?
yeah, like I like.
She's fun for blowing up Hector.
It blows up everything. Just dead. Blows
But
my
I guess
mind.
going back to
Blows
the
Arvis.
arena changes, I think I like the change because I think it encourages people to maybe try and team build a little bit differently, because I feel like before, like, or at least for me, I found that I was using the core 3 units and then the 4th unit literally did nothing. I just like left them. I didn't even move them a lot of the time because they contributed. And I feel like I get some reward for doing something vaguely useful with my bonus unit. Like it feels more interesting, and I feel like I want to change up my other 3 unit builds to be more supportive as opposed to kind of super stuff, because I don't want to be sweeping with my 3 core units. I want my like Alphonse benchwarmer guy to be getting the kills, and that's a fun change, I think, and just add something new for people to do.
Yeah, it's like a challenge mode in a sense. And now it's kind of like a new challenge mode out of nowhere.
I mean, I don't think it's a challenge mode. I think it's just like it just brings like something new to do with Arena, as opposed to just like Monday I crank out 5 matches and then I don't touch it. But like now, like on Monday I was up and I was thinking like, how can I change my team? Like I should take UR off of Donald and I should put a chill speed or like a chill something to help Alphonse out, because I don't need UR on Donald because he's not going to be getting any kills. And same with Camilla, I was running guidance over some other dumb shit that I can't remember, and like I changed my Arena build for the first time in like a while, and that was fun to do.
Sure. I mean, I always refer to the bonus unit as my bonus bitch, because it's just there just to, like, you know, have the score. And being able to use Alphonse, have him shine and trick him out with, you know, as many high cost skills as possible, it just feels right.
Guys, you do know Arvis scores higher than Alphonse this season.
Yeah, but I'm not investing Aether in
should.
Yeah, but I'm not investing any, like, it's smarter for me long term to invest high cost skills into Alphonse over Arvis. Me personally, obviously not you, being the grill master. Everyone else in existence probably has is more inclined to invest in their Alphonse, even though a +3. Mine's only a +3 because I ordered 1. I don't want to talk about it.
It's okay,
Shame.
man. I fathered almost all of my Black Knights away.
So did I. I mean,
it's okay though. I have Zephiel, but I missed 2 copies.
+5
I'm kind of
Zephiel.
sad about that.
I don't have a +5 Zephiel.
I only have a +3 Black Knight as well. Does that mean I killed off one of them as well?
I think I sent all mine home.
It's about foddering off Masked Marth, and everyone's like, "Oh, don't you know that you could have had a +8 5-star by now with a few feathers?" Like, bitch, like you can do that with fucking any other character. I don't care. Like,
And another thing to note is it's probably going to take a while before you even get another Master Marth. Maybe in the next Tempest Trials, but we don't even know when the next Tempest Trial is going to be a rerun for Master Marth. It might actually be someone different if they don't, of course, bring down units like Clive or Tobin down. We could get another Tobin or Clive. I know people would hate it, but they could probably do that.
Oh, I like Tobin. He's a solid arena assault armor slayer, backsbreaker. But as someone who actually spent money to get a +10 Lucina, like I'm really salty about Master Marth. Like, if I had known that would have happened, I would not have spent money for Lucina.
Yeah, I didn't even get any of the normal Lucina at all. Like, I don't have her, so I'm kind of lucky.
Yeah, I have a +10 regular Lucina, and like I regret that. Like fuck IS for giving people Master Marth.
It's really hard to say though, because we don't know what they're gonna do for the next Tempest Trials. I would like to see Clive and Tobin, but
+6 version now, and it's like.
But I do actually agree that some of the Tempest Trial units, like, yeah, Tobin and Clive would be nice for free, but they could also better serve to be in the summoning pool. And then maybe have reruns with Black Knight or Joshua or units that we actually are better.
No more Tobins. No more Tobins. I don't know who this guy is.
Put them in a separate summoning pool. With
Yes,
like,
hey, what they could do is, instead of just getting orbs, have a different kind of orb for arena. Then have that orb be usable in a different kind of summoning whole
More
bracket.
currencies.
Yeah, pretty much more currencies, but at least people would have to do arena for it to get.
I mean, you could give out currency from Tempest Trials that lets you buy previous Tempest Trial units.
That's
I just wanna say that my Micaiah has 17 defense. No, 17 speed and 33 HP, and Tobin couldn't kill her on initiation. I don't know what the hell happened.
There you go.
See, Tobin, this is why people count you out.
I was like, okay, I fucked up. Oh wait, no, Tobin fucked up.
Did he even have any skill inheritance? Like, hopefully.
I don't know. I just saw Tobin. I was like, oh yeah, sweet. Oh no, he's attacking. Oh, never mind.
Yeah, he doesn't have that much. How? No. He doesn't. I think the only problem with him is he has low attack. Like, his stat line works, but he just has low attack, if I'm correct. So that's the only problem with him.
Micaiah had 17 speed and only 33 HP. What the hell happened there?
I don't know. Maybe you ployed him. I don't know. I have no idea. I wasn't there.
Would it be no resistance ploy? God damn, like, what the heck happened? You know, because I was doing, like, because I skip all the animations, so it's like little ninjas and stuff, and I kind of keep up. It's like, whoa, okay, you left her with 1 HP, but you didn't kill her. How?
Magic. Anyway, speaking of Tobin, yeah, throw that fool in the 3-star pool. Actually, throw every Tempest Trial except for Mass Marth into the friggin' summoning pool. Throw the GHBs in there too.
Oh,
a
hey,
lot of
Dread
them
Fighter.
would be friggin' perfect if they were just, you know, summonable with some IVs. Especially someone like Canis.
Yeah, you know what? Like, if you guys have the Elite spot in you guys' Discord servers, because I've got the Elite spot in my Discord server, and the summoning function on the Elite spot sometimes, like, it picks a random banner for you when you summon, and you get to pick the different color orbs that you want to open up and stuff, and it keeps track of how many orbs you spent, you know, from your last gotten 5-star unit. And some of the random banners that get chosen are like GHB ban, no, not GHB ban, like Tempest Trials units banner and stuff. Like, they don't exist in the game, but you could like roll Black Knight and all that stuff from those hypothetical banners, which is kind of cool. Like, when I roll them, I'm oh nice. All right, this banner. Oh, yeah, would it be nice if this banner happened, but it didn't. Yeah.
It could be something that they could add. If everyone preaches to IS to have it added in, one day probably will happen. but I
Oh,
guess
yeah, real
not.
shit. I don't think people will
Considering
mind. I
I've
don't think
emailed IS like 14 times directly, I'm pretty sure they don't listen to anyone's preachings here.
Maybe. I mean,
I don't know.
why did we get a Marthal then? Like, I feel like if it wasn't for the fact that everyone wanted a Marthal, I don't think that would have happened.
we just need the loud minority to redirect their anger into the correct places, and I think we'll be fine.
Possibly.
Well spoken.
Okay. So, aside from that, do you guys have anything else about the arena changes? No?
Can I get more resources from it, please? That'd be nice.
Who knows? But let's go to the fourth one, which is kind of the broad one. What would you like IS to add to Heroes? So I think it was perfect enough talk with the whole Tempestral
Map
thing,
maker.
but yes, I know you really want
Map
that.
maker.
Replay.
Map maker. Make your own Grand Hero battles. Exchange challenge codes with your friends. Just like the
I think
secret bases.
Matchmaker is gonna be like endgame. Like they're gonna do it eventually.
Yeah.
They need to do
Thank you.
something now, not eventually, because it feels like
We're getting killed
I
in the
don't
Kasha
want
rankings.
to generalize, but I feel, well, personally for me, it's kind of getting a little bit monotone in terms of the direction that the game is moving in, and I would really love something like a drastic game mode, a drastic change that will sort of give the game a nice little spike. And I think Map Maker would be one of those where you can create your own Grand Hero battle or Bound Hero battle and then pitch it to other people to try and fight you.
Yes.
Or
Kind of like
And
Fates,
everyone's
almost?
gonna crucify me for this, but real-time PvP and let you just play friends as like a pilot testing.
Mm-hmm. I would
You know?
actually like...
Real-time PvP will just be like, player has disconnected because he was about to lose.
I would say is, if PvP was
Well,
introduced...
if it's only among friends, then
Yes.
we're okay with that.
Yeah, because I was just about to say that, is if it was just with friends, I think it would actually work, personally.
I mean, it can work for everyone. It just needs some fine-tuning. Like, Shadow Dragon had real-time PvP. It had the Fog of War elements, so it wasn't bad. But, like, hackers dominated that eventually, and that was terrible. And there was also, like, the Stall Fest, but because it was Fog of War, you never really knew which side your opponent was coming from, what they were doing exactly. And I think that on a Grand Conquest size map with Fog of War, with some kind of central throne that you have to seize for multiple turns and then you auto win, would create that kind of middle ground where it forces the two sides to clash together. Now, is it ever going to be completely balanced and completely fair? Absolutely not. No mode is completely balanced or completely fair. It's just not possible to create fair and balanced modes, I think. But would it be fun? Sure. I'd have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, like, the only fear is it could become stale, but I don't think it would. Depends upon how they do it, I would personally say.
As long as you can chat to people, it'll be perfect.
Ooh.
No, don't do the
Depends. Like,
chatting
here's the thing:
thing.
is it depends upon
Toxic.
what they do. If it's friends, then that could work. If it's not for friends, that's probably not going to work. We would have to see if it ever ends up actually happening.
I'd like for
Just
both.
be real toxic.
Maybe a bit separate. Yeah, but
Okay.
you know,
Like, because some people play this stuff on their phones while they're, like, taking a dump. And I've seen people smoke and be on their cell phone and take a dump at the same time. Talk about multitasking, but that, like, when people do that and they're, like, PvPing you in real time, they're gonna be toxic because it smells bad.
Like, how would you smell that?
I'll probably get more GGs than I would get, racial slurs, and that's fine. I can take it.
There might be some
I mean,
few
other
sour
people
apples.
Oh
can.
yeah.
It's gonna be a
I'll
few
get-
people like that, but I don't
I'll
want
get
like
people-
those few people to be like, well, you know what, you know, Don't forget, there's
Yeah,
always going to be a report button.
People might be like, yeah, I'll be like a victim of racial slurs. People, oh man, you damn Asian. Blah, 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 blah. I'll be like, oh, well, yeah.
I'm just going to have
Okay.
people dropping the N-word at me at terminal velocity. I'm just going to
just be like,
screenshot that shit and put it on YouTube.
I got
That's
some
a fact,
Wing
but-
Chun, man. Don't want to fight me in real life, man.
You ever follow scrubbed quotes on Twitter? That stuff is fun. Just seeing how people like complain about the most pointless things in like competitive environments, where it's like, dude, you're just bad at the game. That stuff's just entertaining for me to just look at.
I think I'm
It's
gonna
just
head out.
another thing to have.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, yeah, thanks for joining next,
Ah,
Nira.
heading out.
Oh,
Later.
okay.
Yeah.
Catch you later, Nira.
Okay, well, I did not write down any more, so I guess it's up to you guys. What else you want to talk about? Because there's a lot of things we could talk about, like, I have no idea. Who would you like to see next plus 10, I guess, or from the Tempest Trials, or, I mean, we already talked about Tempest Trials, I don't know, it's up to you guys.
Honestly, I just really want the I just want these like GHBs and these Tempest Trial units to come out in more frequency. Like, I don't want to wait like another year for more Zephyr copies. It's just stupid. It's just making me not want to play for real. It's like, you know, it'd be nice
I feel
to
you, man.
use these units in arena and shit, but nah, yeah, I just gotta do this to me. I don't know, it
I
just
want
bothers
6
me.
more Arvis copies too. So
Oh, I definitely want more Camuses, you know? We need more of Camus! But anyway, yeah, like, I would say definitely Grand Hero Battle units should get more merges somehow. Like, seriously, I've tried, so, the recent Bound Hero Battle, I tried to do the Horse Cav mission. I was trying my best to have Camus pretty much solo it. If you would have just get a few more merges, it would have been possible. But because I can't, Camus can't survive, and he takes like 1 damage, and he has 1 HP, and he's just pretty much dead. So, like, I would go full on out if they finally add more merges, even to Camus, so...
I'd rather just friggin' buy units directly. I mean, that kills the gacha aspect, but why do I give a fuck about that? I just want my damn units. It's not like you're making... It's not like this game is making, like, GBF, FGO money anyway. It's like, whatever. Just let people buy their shit. I hate gacha.
it would be reasonable to put like a standard orb, you know, value on and have like a GHB Tempest Trials shop and just say like every copy, and like you can even penalize them and have them start at something like 3-star and just be like, it's 30 orbs per 3-star of said unit. That's it. There you go. And I honestly, I would take that. No problem.
I think a lot of people would. But I feel like, I don't know, 30 orbs for just a 3-star, though, like, I like the idea, but the amount of orbs might not be enough. But here again, this is a gacha game. But then again, Fire Emblem Heroes-wise, they've been really nice to free-to-play players, so... I don't know.
I mean, they give us 300 to 350 orbs a month. That's a plus 10 right there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I mean, if they want, they can make it like 100 orbs or 120 orbs for a 5-star. I wouldn't mind that too much.
I would still take it.
Yeah, that sounds like a reasonable thing. Yeah.
Or just pay out of pocket $40 per 5-star because that's the average it takes anyway.
Well, I wouldn't
To-
want
to
to pay
get like a-
real money, because then
Get a
that's kind of
neutral
like
one.
that just leaves a sour taste. I think.
And, I mean, let's talking about that. You only had one so far, and that was Black Knight, of course, which I did. I personally did for Black Knight, so he's right now +3. I don't know if
Oh,
it's
yeah,
really
but-
worth it yet. I would say if you get more merges for Black Knight, then I would say it'd be worth it if you did do it, but right now, not really. You can just spend orbs just to get Zelgius, and you would get more points and IVs and like that. But then again, who knows? Like, they could eventually add IVs to these Bounty Battle units, which I don't think will ever happen, but Who knows?
You know, they implement a randomizer for your units. It costs a shitload, but hey, you get to randomize your minus attack into like something else.
Ooh. It's the IV
Or
changer.
you can use it on free units, and like instead of them being neutral, you can give them a different IV. I think that's one way to fix some of their issues.
But yeah, they would have to implement. Like thinking of a system to do that though. Ooh, like I don't know. I don't know what they would do. Like they could do feathers, because I know feathers are the main thing. So to have another resource to use with the feathers could make people have to decide whether to go for another merge or an IV change that they might want to do. So I think that could be something they could do. I mean, orbs is another idea, or another currency in general, which they seem to like to do that. They've been adding like currency after new currency, depending upon the pretty much events that's going on. I mean, the last one though I think was Arena though, so it's not been a long. It's been a while.
It'd be fine.
And not Arena, but a Weapon Refinery might be. Okay, so I'm just thinking about this right now, and Fey Channel, and I mean, I guess it could go along with CYL. But personally,
So-
what do you guys think is CYL's, not CYL, but Fire Emblem Heroes is going to be? I mean, Fey Channel. What am I saying? Ugh. I don't know. Like, if these next two upcoming banners are going to be basically be CYL2, I could see Fey Channel being a few days beforehand. Though we might not get a Fey Channel for CYL. That's a possibility. I
Or
doubt
it'll
it
be
though.
the night of.
So, Jayak on the chat says they could do some kind of thing where if you pull a certain amount on a single banner, you can pick a unit from a certain pool or something. Obviously, that pool amount would have to be kind of high though. And Dire Thunder responds with lots of games do that actually. That's what the pity rate is supposed to do.
Yeah, I played
But
some
yeah,
other
like,
gotcha games.
I'm
and-
thinking, because I play another game called Monster Super League, and during like a clan fest, in that game, whenever you summon on the thing where you summon, you get these energy, and they go into this hollow egg thing, and once the energy maxes out on that egg meter, then you get a free summon, like of a guaranteed 5-star equivalent sort of thing. So maybe like every time you summon on a banner in Fire Emblem Heroes, it gives you like 2 heroes energy spirit thing. Once it gets to like 100 or 200 or whatever, then you get to pick one of the focus units. That would be nice. At neutral IVs, or whatever.
Okay, so
What they'll probably do is, I like the idea of how Star Ocean at least does it, where it's just like you just keep pulling until you have enough for a ticket that just gives you a random 5-star. But it's so generous with it, because the way you obtain currency in the currency in that game is like you get it fairly fast enough to where it's like you can do a decent amount of pulls, maybe $20, $30, $40 worth, and then you get they're like really generous with how they give you 5 stars. That, or they do what they have right now, which is, I guess it's permanent, but it's like you get 1 free summon a day, and it's like just a pull of every single unit, and then it's just like sometimes you get lucky, you'll get like a 5-star that's like new, or you get an old 5-star you haven't pulled yet. And if you pull dupes of those units, like you get more items for like enhancements or whatever, and it's like really good, because like once you got 1 copy of that, you can use these things called limit breakers, and they'll just let you it's kind of like merging, but you don't need like extra copies of that unit. You just need a special currency or material or whatever, and that's like really good.
Yeah.
And That's how I have like I have a +10 Claire even though in Star Ocean because it's like I didn't have to pull Claire 10 times. I just pulled her once and then I just use limit break items on her.
Yeah, on Monster Super League you have gleams, and they basically act as what you were saying there. So you just pull the one copy of the thing, and then you just use the gleams, which are, you know, they're not too hard to get, but definitely not like super easy to get. So yeah, it gives you something to do and work towards with certainty. Right now, the you guys know that what's it like after you pull a certain amount of like non 5 stars, there's like your rates become 100% or something to get 5 stars. There's like a system in Fire Emblem Heroes, but that's like such a bad system because nobody's ever going to I think you have to pull 120 units like back to back without getting a 5 star to get something. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Of course, I play other gacha games like SAO MD, and in that system, there's like an item called Record Crystal after you each summon. I'm gonna say this right now: do not play SAO MD if you don't like very farm intensive, very gacha, very hard gacha game. Just don't play it if you're not that kind of player. But pretty much, it doesn't have like a 100% guaranteed 5-star. What they decided to do was have it as a 60%, and then there's a 40% chance to get a 4-star, which in that game right now kind of sucks if you do. So in that I really don't like, but at least it gives you a higher chance. Like it's usually like a 3% chance like Fire Emblem Heroes, but then it's a 60%, which is a high chance, but you might be that unlucky dude which ends up of course not getting a 5-star from that banner. So it can go both ways, but all depends upon your luck. And I don't think there would be a great option for Fire Emblem Heroes, but it could happen. I don't think it would, though. Actually, think about it, I don't think it would.
Yeah, I don't think I played it too much either.
I think their gacha rates are quite generous anyways.
For who?
For Fire Emblem Heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say so.
Like, I would say it's really good because it does increase the rate, and of course we're not even just talking about like normal banners, but there's also the 5% banners that they haven't done for a very long time now. I don't remember when the last time they had a 5% banner. I think the only time you can get it is if you started playing the game now. You will get a 5-star banner. I think it's like Sigurd, I forgot who else was on the banner. I think it might be Micaiah or something like that. I don't know. But there's also, of course, the 8%. And what I really like is it increases it beyond that, even on normal banners, which could, if you're very lucky, could be a really nice system, but it does need work because it's only a 0.25%. But then again, eventually you will get the 5 stars if you put enough orbs into it. And you also have the freedom of the choice, which does also affect summoning anyway. So I will say, just because of the fact that you can actually choose what you summon, what makes the summoning system of Fire Emblem Heroes really good, personally.
Almost. I think it's still a little bit on the cancerous side because it's like you can go multiple percents without getting like an orb color that you like want, and then your 12%, you go all the way up to like 10-12% on like a legendary banner, and it's like it gets wasted by some random shit you don't want because you can't even pull the color that you want in the first place, and even then it's not a guarantee. Like, it's great that it's a little bit more generous than other gacha games, but it is still a gacha game, and it still has its plethora of problems.
Yeah, well, in the end, it's just luck, I guess. It's luck getting the colors, it's luck getting the 5 stars in general, so might take into it.
Dire Thunder has just said that Faith's core problem is that all progression paths go through the gacha. If we had secondary non-gacha progression, even if it was very, very slow, players wouldn't be so hamstrung. Yeah, I agree. Like, I feel like if we just had like a grinding mode, like if you could go into like a mode where it takes stamina and you can beat people up and they drop chest, which they do now sometimes, or maybe just have like a treasure chest out of the way in a random tile that's hard to get to, and maybe have the chest reward us with like not something like friendship points, just something like 10
An actual
feathers.
resource.
Yeah, just something ghetto, you know, like a like
We need some sort of
5,
grinding,
10.
like, it
yeah,
can
yeah,
be-
exactly. It
That's
would be
one
way
thing that's
better.
missing in this game. There's nothing to grind on. Like, you can't get copies of characters, or you can't get resources, or like a fresh resource.
It's
that
like you can
use
grind
to get
SP, but
characters or not.
you can grind SP, but that's like that's
I
not
mean, Tempest Draws, but
not real
that's not
grind.
Your unit.
24/7. Yeah,
awesome.
I would
That's
say,
not grind.
like, yeah, I do agree that there needs to be something in place just for the long haul, like a 24/7 event that inform. But like the rewards, though, I don't know what they could even do for rewards. Maybe I don't know. Maybe have like a, like, you know how there's squad assaults? Do something like that, but have it a monthly thing, and then add challenges like only use lance units in all 5 battles or something like that.
Jayak says we get arena medals. That's all we need. But no. Wait, arena medals? No, I can't buy anything with that. Can I get KFC arena medals? No, can't. Okay. No, got it. Damn.
Also, he pronounces his name Jaik.
Jaik. Okay. Sorry for the mispronunciation. I suck at pronouncing things. But,
No worries. I'm
yeah.
just like silently dying of laughter every time.
Jayak. I don't know, man. I sorry, English is my 4th language.
4th? Wow.
Okay, well, what is... I'm trying to think of anything else we could talk about, because if not, we might end the live stream off. We talked about Arena, we talked about farming, what the game might need, we talked about Tempest Draw units. I think that was one of the few key points.
Here's one. I've got a good one. What about introducing higher difficulty game modes into the game, such as things like the Infernal Plus Grand Conquests, which not everyone can clear? What do you think about that? Would you be opposed, or
I
would
want
you be...
Inferno story mode would be
chain.
lit.
Inferno chain challenge.
I think
11, 12.
it can work. I don't know if they're gonna do it the story maps, because the only problem, like, the thing about the story maps is it doesn't go to Inferno yet, so they would have to go to Inferno first, which is nice because more orbs. I'll take it, but I feel like they would have to change a lot of things and add a lot of things, which actually wouldn't be. It would not be bad.
Just change some numbers
Yeah, it's not.
Well, they do more than change numbers. Like,
and put an
think about
extra
it.
unit somewhere.
Some of the old units have like new weapons and shit. So it's like
Oh yeah.
map
You're
1-1
right.
with like a map 1-1 Inferno with like the
Man,
new
they-
Falchion and a wing sword
They
Sheeta.
got like an office full of people that are real good at that stuff, and like Asians are really good at maths. So I'm Asian, so I'm allowed to say that. And yeah, it should be okay. You know, it should be a easy fix, easy addition.
So, yeah, actually, I would not mind. I actually would like it because, I mean, more orbs, yes, but for the other modes, like Stratum, maybe have it so that it might be more stamina, but add in more items you can get. Like, badges is a weird. You know, let's talk about badges too while we're at it, because badges are in this weird area
They
that.
suck.
They're not really used all too much except seals, and it's weird because I'm in certain situations where I have like tons of medals, but only the scarlet badges or the red badges are the only ones I have like none of. And recently I had to I always go now on Tuesdays just to farm them because I don't literally have any. It's like this weird, like, there's not a flux of them. It's really annoying, personally. I feel like there should be more uses, but also us to be able to get more of them. You know what I'm saying?
Harder
And-
training tower.
Yeah, pretty
Make
much.
it 100 floors instead of 10.
No,
And,
just
and the higher you go, like the stuff you get, or the
just
more stamina
not
it'll cost.
not the training tower. Just have a new mode called grinding grounds, and then you can just grind stuff
Well, I mean,
that
that's
pop up in
very
treasure
nice,
chest. Yeah,
But
because
I
people want to
think
get rewarded with something when they kill something, or like on the map when they open a treasure chest. They don't want to like beat the map, and then a menu pops up saying, "Hey, you are 20% to completing this quest, which will give you 50 crystals." It's like, oh god, okay. Or I just kill the guy and stuff pops out, or maybe like I open this treasure box and something pops out.
yeah, I can see higher
That'd be
floor towers
so
being
fun.
like that.
Or, I don't know, because I could see them just revamping the Stratum to have, like, the same purpose it has been, but add, like, a grind system to it that you don't have to just farm, you know, metals. Like, farm other stuff, like, maybe daily, well, not daily quests, like, they have the monthly quest, but, like, I don't know, something that you can just farm on the race side. It's not a lot of resources, like maybe 100 feathers after you farm a certain amount of points when you complete them. Kind of like Tempest Trials, how you can complete like certain set amount of maps, you get certain amount of points. Kind of like that system, but put it in for Stratum. And then maybe have it by monthly change so you can get more items again. Or maybe just have it there, but have like a huge milestone. Maybe like to over 1 million points. I don't know. But that could be something they could do. Just to have more interest in this Stratum.
I'd like it. If
Okay.
anything, we just need more resources to farm that actually do something.
And I feel like that's a hard thing to kind of do. I mean, because you don't want to give too much, personally. I feel like that's one of the few problems. Is yes, it's still a gacha game, so they can't give too much. But it's trying to find that fine line of how much you can grind to get a certain amount of points that isn't too much. And I feel like that's one of the few problems they probably have to deal with each mode. Which is another good thing why they changed rival domains to that, you know, actually having a score system who's like the best in your team to get some amount of feathers, like first place if you have some amount of points. That's like one of those things I like. They could probably do something with that with Stratum. I don't think it would happen, but I don't know. Just me talking about stuff, I guess. I don't know. Like, Stratum... You guys have anything else you want to add or want to talk about?
I have nothing else at the moment.
Me neither.
No, can't think of anything other than KFC.
Yeah,
Chicken.
but
I
yeah,
want
like,
some
I'm just
food.
going back to some of the other things we talked about. Like, I would love to see probably Grand Hero battles, more merges for those units. You know what? Make a system, like a new event where you can farm each and every Grand Hero battle we've gotten so far, and you have the chance to farm them to +10. So like you get, since we could get to like +3 for Camus right now if you've been playing and done all of his quests, maybe through this event you can get 7 Camus, but you need to farm that specific event. A good example would be, like this is a random game, but like Dragon City. It was an old Facebook game, and last time I played, which was some time ago, they had a system where you can earn your dragon, but you had to do like these matches, and you had a certain amount of matches before you can get that per se dragon. So that could probably apply to units and heroes. Like you can get +7 Camuses per se, but you have to first farm. You have to get certain matches done just to get 1 Camus, and you have to keep doing that until you get enough Camuses or something like that. I don't know. Could be something they could add.
Yeah, for sure. It just goes back to just we need more grinding. Anywho, I am gonna get out of here. Thanks for having me over. But there are things I must go do now. Peace out.
See ya, Marbles. But yeah, I don't have anything else. We're losing everyone, so unless you guys have anything else, I think we are going to be ending the live stream off here. You guys have anything else?
Not particularly. Sounds like a good point to stop. We've had a very nice and productive discussion. Everyone had some very nice ideas. Thanks for hosting. It was really fun.
Yeah, thank you for hosting.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I would like to do it more often. Like, if I can, like, I would be awesome to do it weekly. Like, have like a few people on per week, and just to talk about stuff. And that's something I could possibly do. And I like talking to everyone and what they think personally on what, just in general for Fire Emblem Heroes. And it was fun for me too. I don't know about you guys. Hopefully you guys did enjoy today's live stream. I am going to be ending off here. In the description below is my Discord, so if you haven't yet, please do go check it out. But aside from that, thank you all for joining. Have a nice day, and I'll see you guys in the next live stream. And of course, I will try to remember who all joined, but I will try to get everyone's YouTube link in the description below after the fact. So do pretty much check out everyone's channel. But anyway, I'll see you guys later, and thanks for stopping by. See ya. I'm surprising, yeah.